Welcome to Audit Archive, where we run you through some of the most questionable and rather atrocious police encounters. Today, we're looking at a case where a police officer approached a homeless individual minding his own business just to harass him and violate his rights. Ironically, the man was working on a lawsuit against another police department for this exact reason. On December 3, 2022, a man named Frank Liu was sitting inside his personal vehicle where he was typing out a lawsuit on his laptop against a police department that had previously violated his constitutional rights. Note that Mr. Liu was homeless at the time of this incident and routinely parked at a Ross Store's parking lot where he would often spend the nights. But on this particular evening, Officer Scott Gauthier with the Reno Police Department observed Mr. Liu's vehicle and assumed that criminal activity might be taking place. So Officer Gauthier decided to approach the vehicle and soon made contact with Mr. Liu.
Reno Police.
Watch the officer open the car door.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, man. How about you?
Hi.
I'm just checking in. I'm not trying to pinch you for anything. You're good. You're good. It can stay there for a second.
Yeah,
Can you just bring your left hand forward for me?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Just my hand was just here.
I know. I just like to keep eyes on
My
hands.
seat is back, man.
What was that?
My seat is back.
You want to move it forward?
No,
It's up to you, man.
Yeah,
If you're uncomfortable, move it forward.
that's why I had my hand back.
Okay. You're good, man. I'm only talking to you because you've been here for like quite a while now, like a few weeks at least.
Oh, I went to Little Caesars. Oh yeah, I threw it away. The box.
I'm not talking about tonight. I'm talking about like in the last month. You've been here a lot. So I'm just checking in to see what's going on. Are you living out of your car right now? I'm assuming.
I was gonna say I'm homeless.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not trying to pinch you for anything tonight. I'm just making sure everything's okay.
So,
You're good.
Now, right off the bat, Officer Gauthier's immediate actions strongly suggest malicious intent in this encounter. This is because, first, Officer Gauthier had forcibly opened Mr. Liu's driver's side door without warning him about it or seeking any form of permission. He simply walked up and pulled the door open, essentially violating Mr. Liu's Fourth Amendment right of protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. Second, Officer Gauthier implied several times that he was not trying to fish for a reason to detain or arrest Mr. Liu, but ironically continued to do just that. The last point worth noting is that there is no statute that prevents Nevada residents from sleeping in their cars. Instead, the law allows police officers to initiate police encounters with those who are asleep in their vehicles. But in this case, Mr. Liu was not even asleep, completely voiding this possibility, making this an unreasonable police encounter. And since there's technically no statute in Nevada against living in a car, Officer Gauthier's concern of Mr. Liu being at the parking lot for weeks is out of the equation. Anyway, you will now see how Officer Gauthier unnecessarily questioned Mr. Liu and actively tried to find a reason to escalate the unnecessary situation. He went as far as to demand Mr. Liu's ID, claiming that it was needed for the alleged investigation.
What's going on? Are you just out of work and stuff? I'm not trying to pry. I'm just curious.
I can show you. Right now I'm editing a video.
Okay.
But let me show you something.
So you're working right now? You have a job?
No, I'm just editing a video because I'm doing some YouTube.
Okay.
That's what I was doing. I showed you the editing page, right? You saw it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
But
good,
I'll
man.
show you something else. Hold on.
How old are you?
Hold on one sec. Let me. It's really cold. That's why I'm shivering. And I'm also working on this. I already submitted it. It's a U.S. District Court. Suing the Lyon County Sheriff's Office.
Huh.
I was at the Wilson Canyon rest area. I was there for 2 nights. And then the guy kicked me out of the rest area. 2 nights. And he said I couldn't go across the river to the BLM land. You know where Wilson Canyon rest area is, right?
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
It's like between Smith Valley and Urington. So basically, I'm going to sue them. I already filed it. 42 U.S.C. Section 1983, Federal Statute Discrimination, 8th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, Martin v. Boise, because there is public land. Martin v. Boise is a ruling from 920 F 3rd 584 9th Circuit Court of 2019.
Do you have ID on you?
Am I required to give you my ID, sir?
So listen, man, I'm just checking up on you. You've been here for a few weeks, right?
I understand, but the thing is, I just want to explain this. That's why I'm trying to explain this, sir.
I know.
I'm not trying to cause anything.
I know.
But
you're delaying my
investigation.
investigation.
If you want my ID, I'll give you my ID.
Yes,
but
please.
let me just say this. I'm suing the Lyon County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Because they required ID. Terry versus Ohio, reasonable suspicion.
Right.
So do you have any reasons? I can give you my ID. I have no problem with
so
that.
do you want me to explain it first?
As seen in the footage, even though Mr. Liu was not legally obligated to explain anything to Officer Gautier or answer any questions as per the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, he chose to calmly and respectfully provide reasoning for his presence in the area. Taking advantage of this, Officer Gautier decided to push it by demanding ID, which was an unlawful order. First of all, let's discuss whether Officer Gautier was justified in initiating what was now a detainment. According to Nevada Revised Statute Section 171.123, it stated that any peace officer may detain any person whom the officer encounters under circumstances which reasonably indicate that the person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a crime or civil infraction. So in this case, even though it may appear suspicious that a vehicle is parked in a parking lot late at night, it does not automatically provide sufficient grounds for initiating a detainment. In other words, Mr. Liu's mere presence in the area does not inherently meet the criteria. Note that Mr. Liu also highlighted that the current lawsuit he was filing had the same reasoning, the unlawful demand for ID. But ironically, Officer Gautier still continued to violate his rights anyway. Mr. Liu also referred to the landmark Supreme Court case Terry v. Ohio, which established the principles of reasonable suspicion and the limitations of law enforcement's authority to detain individuals. Now, let's hear Officer Gautier's baseless explanation in justifying the detainment.
I mean, you can
So this is my beat. I've worked here for over a year and a half. Okay, I know that this is a high crime area. A lot of crime goes on here. Are you going to listen?
It's okay.
Are you going to listen?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I'm listening.
So like I said, we have a lot of crime in this area, right? We have a lot of vehicle burglaries and whatnot. We have a lot of people who sleep in their cars in this area.
I see that.
Yep, exactly. So I check on these people all the time.
Yes.
Okay. So reasonable suspicion, as you know, it would just lead a reasonable person to believe that a crime can, is, or will be committed, right? So from my experience in this area, crime can absolutely be committed in this area. Like vehicle burglaries, for example, happen all the time here.
But for me,
Planet Fitness, right? They have crime occur all the time, inside and outside. Okay, with their members parking outside, their vehicles getting burgled, and everything else going on in this parking lot. Okay, this is a private property. So, do you have a right to be here? If they want you to be. Have they told me that they don't want you here? Nope, not yet. They have not. But I've spoken with management and whatnot.
Where?
At Planet Fitness, at Wingcoat. I've spoken with all these areas, and they love for me to come down here and check on people because of the crime rates. You see what I'm saying?
So that's why general.
Just in general.
At this point, Officer Gautier himself admitted that Mr. Liu had every right to be in the parking lot, adding that nobody had complained about his presence just yet. This alone proved that there was virtually no reason for Officer Gautier to make contact with him in the first place, since he was doing nothing even remotely wrong. Also, let's take a moment to understand exactly what reasonable suspicion is, something that Officer Gautier claims to have. The United States Supreme Court describes it as follows. Reasonable suspicion means that any reasonable person would suspect that a crime was in the process of being committed, had been committed, or was going to be committed very soon. However, we've already discussed how this did not apply here in this situation.
So that's why.
No specifics. I have my ID right here. I can give it to you. I have no problem with that.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's only if it's required. If you say it is required, this is a detention, and it's required, I'll give you my ID.
Okay, so I'm confused because at first you said you don't have a problem giving me your ID.
I don't, but it's only if it's required.
So those are two different things. You're contradicting
I have no
yourself.
problem if it's required because I have an ID.
Perfect.
So if you're saying
I'll go ahead and take your ID.
am I detained?
Yes.
And you're requiring my ID, right?
Yes, I just explained to you the reason with suspicion, and that's all I need in order to ask for your ID. Correct?
No, under Terry Bush, I can give you my ID.
Okay, thank you.
But no, I mean, if only if it's required, because if
I'm telling you it is.
From my hand, it's required.
I'm telling you it
if you
is.
take from my hand, it's required.
Yep.
So you
I just took it.
And it's,
I'm telling you, this is all recorded. I just took it.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, perfect. And what's your social?
I don't feel comfortable getting my social on camera.
Okay, well,
you have a body cam.
Well, you have to.
Can I write it down?
So
I don't want to say it out loud.
The thing is,
I'll write it down.
Okay, sounds
Yeah,
good.
that's fine. Because I don't want to say it because
Yep,
it will be
there
on
you
your
go.
body cam.
Go ahead and write it down.
So I'll just write it down. Okay.
It's going to be seen on my body cam no matter what.
So why is my social required, sir?
Because that's how you identify yourself. Unfortunately, our dispatch
That's
cannot... Can you listen for
Okay,
1 second?
yeah.
You keep talking over me.
Sorry.
Our dispatch cannot run passport and ID numbers, so I have to ask for your social.
Should I write down my driver's license number?
Yes. Driver's license number or social.
I'll write it down.
Most people don't know their driver's license number. If
Okay.
you have it with you, you could just give it to me. That would be a lot
I'll
easier.
write it down, man. That'll be fine.
I mean, most people just give IDs,
Is it
but
okay if I write it down, sir?
I'm telling you it is. But you keep asking the same question.
Yes. Because I give you my passport, so I'll just write down my driver's license, sir.
Okay. You could just give me your ID, or you could write it down.
I'll write it down.
Okay.
So you cannot run the passport?
No. Our dispatch cannot. That is what they've told me. And I don't know how to run a passport on my computer either. So I don't think they have the ability.
But you have my birthday, my name, so
Correct.
I think I'd also...
Do you know how many name and date of births with the same information as you there are in the U.S.? A lot.
I think very few because it's a specific date. It has to be specific.
It's a date is, trust me, a lot of people have the same date as you.
The last two...
Is that Nevada?
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll
Can I
make this
get my
as...
passport, or do you still need it?
Nope, I still need it because I didn't get your name and date of birth unless you want me to get that.
It's on my passport, sir.
Well, that's why I have it, but you just asked for it back.
No, you can keep it.
Thank you.
For that, yeah.
Yep, okay.
It's only... Can you pick up that thing for me?
Yep,
Cardboard?
after we're done.
Okay.
I'm just going to leave your door open. Stay in your car.
From this point onward, Officer Gautier spent several minutes in his patrol vehicle running Mr. Leo's details while also having a conversation with a passenger who was sitting next to him. Watch as Officer Gautier referred to Mr. Liu as illogical just because he was defending himself from having his rights violated.
He was giving me a hard time because he didn't want to give me his social. Yeah, and because he said, you have my passport. I said, I can't run your passport number. We don't have access to that information. And he didn't understand that. And I said, dude, I'm not lying to you, like, but this is how this works. And then he didn't want to verbally tell me his social because it's on body cam. So he said, can I write it down? I said, sure. Here you go. I told him, I said, just so you know, my body cam is going to see it, and it's going to hear it too. But he's not very logical. He keeps talking over me and not listening to what I'm saying. So anything I say is just in one ear, out the other. So he's put his phone, started recording, which is fine. It's gonna be a male lost of, so he's on his laptop right now, and he pulled it all up. He's in the process of like writing up basically a lawsuit, trying to sue Lyon County for making him identify himself on something. I don't know the case. He tried to explain it to me, but I'm like, dude, I don't know the situation. But so that's why he was giving me a hard time. He was asking why he needs to identify himself, and it was just weird because he offered his ID. But then he said, I don't want to give you my ID unless, I have to. And I said, well, that's kind of contradicting because you're offering it, but then you're also asking if I need it.
So lose my mind.
How's it going?
Great. Calling your car.
Good. Affirm, thank you.
After failing to find a good enough reason to further prolong this illegal investigation, and also after realizing that Mr. Leo's record was clean, Officer Gautier had no choice but to return all documents back to him and call it a night by trying to justify his actions once more. But regardless, Mr. Leo made sure to school the officers the best he could.
Yeah, I just won. Alrighty, partner. You don't have any warrants, so that's good.
Can you pick that up for me? I fell from my window.
Yeah, I'll scoot over here. I don't like to pick up things in front of people because
can
it's...
Can I get your name and
yes,
badge?
Officer Gautier, badge number 16009. Yep,
And as
absolutely.
I said, remember like when I said Wilson Canyon Rest Area? There's actually a map because I'm suing them.
You're good, man.
Boise. I just want to explain.
I'm all about if you want to sue people, sue people.
Look, this is
that's your right.
Let me explain. Wilson County.
I'm good, man. I don't have time.
Let me write down your name and badge number.
That's fine.
What is your name?
GAU. You're gonna type it into Google.
No, just typing it out, copy and paste it.
Okay.
Because I'll find a hold on, notepad. Here it is. Okay, GAU.
Yep. THIER.
And then
badge
number?
16009.
And was he with you, sir?
He just came.
Is he a supervisor?
He is not.
I am not.
Okay, talk to your supervisor, sir.
Our contact with you is done. So if you want to make a complaint.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
For what?
Because he said that he had reasonable suspicion because based off of in general, like this crime in general, but under Terry versus Ohio, you have to have specific reasonable suspicion that I myself was about to commit a crime or have committed a crime.
And did I already explain that to you?
You said in general, sir. Like in general, like Planet Fitness has.
I said from my training experience in this area, from working this beat over a year and a half, people who sleep in their cars in this area do commit crime.
So
I have specific instances where that's true.
And we've been asked by the property owners, Winco and Planet Fitness, since we have taken several reports, made several arrests.
Have you talked to anyone else today?
What are you talking about?
Like the other people? Or are you just singling myself out?
I'll be honest with you. I just logged on tonight. You are the first person I've stopped. Am I going to stop more people if I don't get dispatched somewhere else? Yep, I will.
Like, why did you pick my car versus the other
Because
cars?
you have been here for probably almost close to a month. So I decided I was giving you a couple weeks because, hey, maybe you're just going through a rough time. Maybe you're sleeping on your car. I don't try to bug people. I told you that from the beginning, right? I told you, hey man, I'm not trying to make your life hard, yada yada. But after you've been here for about a month, red flags start raising, and obviously if you've been here that long, you've had enough time to know this area very well, know the people that come and go, know the time that businesses shut down, and are more likely to commit crime. It is 24 hours,
and
you're right.
And so is the Winco.
It is.
The Ross probably closes around
well, look at that.
7.
You know, because you've been here for a month.
I don't go to Ross, but I know because I shop.
Okay.
Like, I shop at Winco. I bought a sandwich.
Point proven.
Huh?
I said point proven.
You want me to prove it?
No, I said point proven.
Oh, because I think I have the receipt. So,
okay. So I'm all about if you want to sue the department, sue the city, by all means, go right ahead.
I would like to talk to
my contact here is done. You are free to leave.
Can I request a supervisor?
My supervisor.
I know you can leave, but I wanted to talk to someone, sir.
You can call, and then a supervisor will call you on your phone if you'd like to talk to them.
Yep.
Can you get your last name, sir, and badge number?
Brooks 16006.
ROOKS?
Yes, I'm not going to keep repeating it.
16006.
Okay.
And what requires officers to give that information?
Huh?
What requires officers to give that information?
Well, I'm not saying it's required, but he gave it to me when I asked. I didn't say it was required, did I? I didn't say...
I never said you did say that.
I'm asking you for the badge number.
I'm asking you what requires officers to give that information.
I don't know.
Okay.
Like you gave it to me. I didn't say it was
I did give it to you because I don't have a problem because I feel very confident in what I did tonight.
It's on your thing, but I can't read it.
I don't have an issue.
It's on your thing, but I can't read it.
So if you want to call non-emergency and call dispatch and talk to a supervisor, 334 cops. Okay?
Is there an area code, 725?
775. Same as the area code in Reno, Nevada. 775-334 cops.
4?
Yep.
334 cops.
OPS.
All right,
that
partner.
Goes to the non-emergency number?
Yes.
Yep.
And, sir, you work for the Reno Police Department, sir?
Yep. Reno, Nevada.
And how long have you been an officer, sir?
About 2 years now.
2 years.
Almost 3. Is it almost 3?
3, about 3.
Holy cow, time flies.
Are you both deputies? I'm not sorry.
No, Reno Police, that's city police.
Huh?
That's what the 300. We're done talking.
You can Google, man.
Well, I mean, if
you're asking, we're Reno Police.
You're asking historical questions. I'm not here to answer that. Okay? I don't know what you're trying to catch us up on. I don't play games. I'm here for a serious matter, and if you want to play games, that's fine.
I'm not trying to play games.
Okay? I have been very professional with you, and our contact is done. I am leaving, okay? Have a good day.
Once the officers left the scene, Mr. Liu promptly called the police department to make a complaint against them. In response, Sergeant Della and Sergeant Warren were dispatched to go and speak with Mr. Liu. The conversation was captured by Mr. Liu on his mobile phone.
I haven't been here 30 days. He didn't have reasonable suspicion. It's pretextual due to the trying to run my thing for warrants, which was good. I don't have any warrants, like you said. But the thing is, it is actually his conduct violates my civil rights. The reason why I'm making this a big deal is because the frequency of this happening stuff like this, as I explained, Lyon County, sir. And then at some point, I need to stick up for my rights. I think the reason why he stopped my car versus those people versus them or anyone else, that was his only call, is because of my plates. Perhaps I'm just speculating that he did the car run and came up with a minority in California plates. That's why he came to my car specifically versus everyone else, because it's more beat up cars and things like that. I am a minority, I'm not white, but I still have the same civil rights as everyone else. Would there be discrimination because I'm homeless status, which is in violation of Martin v. Boise?
Sir, I empathize with you here. I understand what you're saying. Again, I apologize. I really do have emergencies that are going on that I have to get to, though. These other calls.
I appreciate it, officer.
Okay?
Have a great day, sir.
You as well.
Right, bye.
Okay. Great night, right?
Right.
That's how we started. It's night.
Huh.
Great.
2 days after the complaint was filed, management personnel approached Mr. Leo's vehicle and had a word with him, stating that they wanted him to leave the private parking lot and refrain from staying there overnight. Accompanying the management personnel were 2 Reno police officers also, who threatened Mr. Leo with a trespass notice.
Hi. Hello? Hi. How's it going? Good.
Hey, listen, we're with Ross. I don't know. Are you living out of here or something?
I'm a member of Planet Fitness.
Okay. Yeah,
I have never been to Ross.
Well, you're in our parking lot and you can't be parked here overnight or just hanging out.
Oh, have you guys spoke with anyone else?
Oh,
Yeah, all these people.
It's private property, so and they control this whole parking lot here. So
yeah,
if they want you to leave, you gotta leave. You can't be.
Oh, this is the first time you've talked to me, so I understand that. I appreciate it. If that's what you want. But this is the first time I've ever spoken to you. I haven't spoken to anyone else.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What is your name and badge number, sir?
It's right here.
Can you
I'm filming you too, so all this stuff.
No, it's okay. Can you tell me?
No, it's right there. You can read it.
Hardsey?
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Just like that.
Hardsey?
Yes.
Can I get your badge number, sir? Because it's not
It's
there.
right on the badge.
Oh, 8471.
Okay, you need to pack up and go because they're asking you to leave.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Otherwise, you can be cited for trespassing. Right.
Can I come back to go to Planet Fitness? I'm a member.
If you're going to work out, you can, but you can't park here and have your windows all blacked out and sit here.
Oh, it's not blocked out. It's just cardboard.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to argue with you. They're asking you to either go to the gym or leave.
Okay, I'll go to the gym or I'll leave. Yeah, because I'll just pack up get ready because I have stuff on my windows.
Good idea.
I'll probably park over there and go to the gym and work out.
Following this suspicious coincidence, on December 13th, 2022, Mr. Leo went on to file a lawsuit against the city of Reno and Officer Gutierrez. The order states that Mr. Leo asserted claims for the violation of the 8th Amendment, the violation of the 4th Amendment, and the violation of the 14th Amendment as it relates to racial profiling without due process. The court then allowed Mr. Leo to proceed only with his 4th and 14th Amendment claims against Officer Gutierrez. The court stated that Mr. Leo has alleged sufficient facts to proceed against the city of Reno on a Monell case based on its policies and customs related to the homeless population in relation to the 4th and 14th Amendment claims. Ultimately, the court stated that it is hereby ordered that Mr. Leo will proceed against defendants, City of Reno, and Reno Police Department Officer Scott Gutierrez. Later on February 8, 2023, a summons was issued to Officer Gutierrez. As of the date of this recording, the lawsuit is still pending and ongoing. The summoned Officer Gutierrez is required to appear in court and respond to the allegations made by Mr. Liu. Be sure to check out our previous video where we cover another outrageous police encounter.